All right, hey, it's Mike here with Martial Arts Growth, and in this training today, I'm going to do two things with you. Number one, I'm going to show you how to get more people onto your subscriber list, and then I'm going to show you how to turn those subscribers into new paying students fast. Now, the reason you want to stay and watch this thing is because I'm going to, number one, give you the diagram and everything that we go over and talk about in this presentation. But not only that, in the last 24 months, I've averaged during the COVIDs, during the lockdowns, during those times, I've averaged $30,400 per month. And this is primarily with just email. And I've done another $400,000 over at PayPal. And, here's one of our months, just $58,000 just on Stripe. We did another like $32,000, I think, that month. So, close to the $100,000 per month mark on those things. And our dispute activity is 0.4%. So that means nobody's disputing. That means nobody wants their money back. And people are loving this. We've had over 1,012 successful payments. This is just in an itty bitty niche, the martial arts niche. So I'm really excited to share this stuff with you, and I think you're just going to absolutely get tons of value out of this, and I cannot wait for you to see this stuff. So it's a very simple process. What I do is basically just get people into a database in a way that makes them happy, and then I turn them into customers in a way that makes them happy. And I'm going to show you exactly how I do that as well. And then if we've never met, it's just time for you to understand that for the last, since 2007, basically, I've been helping online businesses and businesses in general, brick and mortar and online, to get more students and get more business using the internet. And I've helped a lot of people do that. And for, the last 14, 15 years, it's just been nonstop every single day working with people all over the world. We have over almost 600 clients in our martial arts growth program and business, and we've worked with the biggest names in the industry in martial arts. So you're really going to enjoy this presentation because doing that, we've had a lot of feedback from the greatest companies out there in martial arts and in this industry. And so being able to bring that to you gives us a very unique position, and I know it's something you're going to find very valuable if you just stick around. You're going to get a lot of benefit out of this. And so if you follow along with what I'm about to share with you, I truly believe that you will get a genuine benefit that you can start using in your business today to start generating results. And so the timer on this page is actually real, and the reason I put a timer on this page is because it's proven to actually get people to watch the training and the class that they signed up for. And I want you, the class that you signed up for here right now on how to get students using email, I want you to actually get the feedback and the results and the how-tos and everything from it. So that's my ploy, and it works, and so I do that. And because we do things at work and we just keep things simple, that's kind of the mantra today is, if it works, keep doing it, keep it simple. If you're anything like me, you don't want things to be more complicated. You want things to be more simple. You'd rather be able to have the ability to make more than less. You'd rather have the ability to actually just help more people and focus on what it is that you love to do and what you're good at. And so that's what I'm going to share with you, and that's what I'm going to show you what to do. And listen, if something works, we've got to keep doing it. There's a lot of times that I've gotten distracted by different things, shiny objects, just different, I guess they would all be shiny objects, truthfully. Anytime that I got away from like things that were working, there's really no explanation for it other than the fact that I got distracted, and I don't want that for you. So like I said, that is the essence of this entire training. And so I'm just going to be showing you simple, common sense steps that actually will work. And, my sincere hope is that you actually do them, because I believe if you implement what I'm about to share with you today, not only will it help you get more results, not only will it help you change your business in such a way that it becomes more evergreen, but it's also going to be something that's, I believe, really going to make you happy going forward. And I just really do care about you getting results. And so without further ado, I want to show you the new way to use email to start getting paying students. Okay, I want to show you how to explode your student enrollment, and I want to show you how to do that with just simple, proven email processes. So you've got to understand one thing. Email is, if I had to get rid of everything in my business, but I could only hang on to one thing, it would be that. I can't tell you how many times my email has saved my butt. I can't tell you how many times that when everything was not working and I had my email list to fall back on, it was literally the thing that was always the changing point, the cornerstone. And I just want you to understand that and have the same thing for you. And so what we're going to be covering right now is, first off, the goal is to share with you and show you that you can turn email into paying martial arts students for your school repeatedly, and you can do it with automations, and it can work in the background without you. So it's very powerful. So the first thing that I'm going to do, and that I have to do in this presentation, is prove that email is actually going to equal new paying students for your school. So that's the first thing we're going to do. The second thing is I want to reprogram the bad programming that's been given to you that's stopping school owners from actually turning email into students. And I can't tell you how many times I've gotten on with a martial arts business that's maybe doing 50 to 150 students a year, a month, and they don't have an email list, and they're not using email, and they want to grow to these new numbers, and they think it's all these other things, when in the end of it, it's just that. But they're being told that email doesn't work, and they're being, pushed in all these different directions because people are, they have hidden agendas for those types of things. And so I want to help you through that, and I want to reprogram that. And then finally, I'm going to show you exactly what to do today to get students and subscribers right now. And remember, those subscribers equal new paying students. So here's my first piece of proof that email equals paying students. So 3,600% ROI. The stock market, if you got 10, 15% per year on your portfolio, you'd be on the cover of every financial magazine. People would be holding you, above the crowd, walking with you on a gold throne. And I'm talking to you about something that's 36% ROI. And the reason I'm talking to you about that is because HubSpot, I'm sure you know who they are. HubSpot is a ginormous company that does tons of statistics with tons of different companies, and they get raw data, and they know everything about all the online stuff. I mean, they literally have a huge software. They do hundreds of millions, and they basically put together this year, like they do every year, another list of the email marketing stats for 2022. And as you can see, this red arrow is pointing at that yet again, ever since I've been in online business, this has held true, that email is the best ROI and has the most impressive ROI of any platform, any channel. And in saying that, what I mean is there's nowhere else you're going to go and implement your money or invest your money where you're going to turn around $36 on average for every dollar spent. There was years that it was at $44. Anything north of $30. It's crazy just thinking for every dollar you invest into email, the average return all the way across the board for all businesses combined. I know that just with this particular study, they did close to 2,000 businesses from all different sizes, and it was the average of $36 for every $1 spent. And I know that that's held true for us. We've got thousands and thousands of email subscribers, and literally it's been the thing that's allowed us to have consistent growth through pandemics, through shutdowns, through, shifts in the economy, inflationary times, the whole thing. It's just held through, and it's made us who we are, and continue to be the thing that we focus on everyday building, because why wouldn't you invest in something that gives you 3,600% ROI on average? And can run in an automated way in the background, building your business and growing it in ways that nothing else can. So with that being said, I just wanted to show you, this is another chart from the global industry analyst at Statista, and this is also from the HubSpot report, but this is showing the email marketing revenue worldwide from 2022 to the estimated 2027 in billions of dollars in return. And regardless of what these numbers are, from 2022, where the arrow starts here on the screen, to where the tip of the arrow is at the far right at 2027, you're talking about almost doubling in growth, and we're talking about billions of dollars here because of email marketing revenue. So if that isn't enough information right there to help prove that this is where you need to be spending your time to grow your martial arts school, then I don't know. I don't know what else to share with you other than this second piece of proof that's going to show that email does equal, in fact, paying students. So every business doing online marketing is always doing this, okay? This is what they're always doing. If you look at any online business, any guru out there, any real advertising company, anything, what they are doing is they are in fact building an email list, and then they are selling them stuff. And the more that you can get that email list specialized, like, hey, these are all MMA people, these are all BJJ people, these are all kids, these are all adults, I want this is self-defense, these are people that, anytime you can segment that list out, it is the thing that you're always going to see that is crushing it for people. And I'm going to talk more about exactly what we do to actually make that happen. But every business doing online marketing or online business or selling anything using the internet, you will see that trait. You will see where they are, in fact, building a business where it's structured around growing a list and then selling that list things that they actually want continuously. And so every business doing online marketing, the big tip is this: do not overcomplicate this thing, or it will keep the school small. It'll keep the business small if you overcomplicate this. And listen, I've done enough of that for you. I can take the most simplest things and overcomplicate them. And so I don't want you to make that same mistake. That's really why I'm here. And that's why I do consulting in the martial arts industry now for almost 4 years, is just for the simple fact that I came into this industry seeing so many people talking about what flyer paper to use or how to do this and how to do that, and none of it involved using the online tools. And so that's why I built originally the automated inbound student generation machine. And we've put together so many different programs to help online businesses in the martial arts niche to use the internet to their advantage because they were stuck in the old ways. And so in doing that, here's the thing that I always leaned back to, that our clients that are having the most success and people that are just always crushing it online, they're always doing this. They're building a subscriber list. They are then sending them offers that those people want on that list, and then they repeat that action. And if you can keep it that simple and think about, okay, with my martial arts business, with what I'm growing here, I want to help people in the martial arts way. I want to bring the martial way to people. I want to, install what the Book of Five Rings installed in me. And I want to give that to my students, and I want to help them overcome their struggles, and I want to help them do that. If you really, really, truly want to do that in today's world and going forward, and you plan on being in business over the next 5 to 10 years, always and forever, I will try to ingrain in you and show you that you need to build a subscriber list, and then you need to send them offers that they want. It's really, really, really that simple. And then you just keep repeating that action. That's all I've done to make millions. That's all I've done to grow my companies. And that's all I will ever do. And because of that, it keeps it simple in my mind. And I've overlooked this. Like I said, I've complicated this. And there's nothing else that needs to be complicated about it. Build a list, sell them stuff, repeat. So honestly, every successful business period is doing this, okay? So let's just break it down for full clarity. Some people are like, well, yeah, but what about Facebook and Instagram? These are social media platforms. They use social media to build their list. Well, honestly, to be honest with you, if you think about who Facebook's real customers are, it's people like us. It's people like me. It's people that are advertising. And if you look, 100% of their outreach, at least I've been using the platform since I remember when it came out, and I started using it in a business sense in 2007. So it was alive for like 3 years, and then I started using it for business. And ever since then, and ever since I've been running advertising since then, so, whatever that is, like 15 years, they've continuously and always reached out by email and then tried to schedule a phone, and then their people would try to sell me on buying more ads. And if you think about it, and if anybody else that's using Google and YouTube, they do the exact same thing. If you think about who Google owns YouTube and Facebook owns Instagram, if you think about who their real customers are, it's the advertisers. They don't charge us to scroll on YouTube. They don't charge us to use Google. They don't charge us to use Facebook and Instagram. But while we're scrolling and using it, they do charge the advertisers to put their information and their ads in front of the people that are scrolling, and they give us all the outreach ability with the targeting and the retargeting and building audiences and things like that. But if you really think about it, that's how they act. And I can understand why people would say, oh, well, it's social media that's doing all that. And I fell into that too. I fell into the idea that, oh, it's email's not the way to go. Let's just focus on social media. And at the end of the day, I was wrong. And, I've already made that mistake for you. So don't do that. Just focus on building an email list. And I've really always been a proponent of this in the background anyway, because even when I've lost a Facebook account or when, my Google ad account or something got stopped or whatever, I always had my email list to fall back on. And whenever there was like changes with the iOS or these privacy things or all that stuff, guess what? I always had my email list. And so when I go back and I look at what we did there and how we built the business, that was the one true thing that always was the core effort in the background that was always making the business grow each and every month. And so that was my second piece of proof, is just flat out looking at the fact that every single business out there is using email to actually grow their business. And so here's my third piece of proof to, again, help you understand that email is going to equal paying students for you. And so I'm talking about, billions of dollars here. That's $1 billion sitting there, by the way, in cash. And so I'm about to show you billions of reasons, if you will, if you want to think of every dollar as a reason that proves email equals paying students. So this first example, this company went from a big fat $0 to 13 plus billion a year in 14 years. And that company, okay, again, 13 billion per year they're generating right now. And I know this because I researched them, I looked them up, and our family shops on it. I've shopped on it. It's called Sheen. And the thing that I'm showing you here is when you go to the website, everywhere you go, it's get this percent off, go here, register and get 15% off. And they sell clothes, and they sell toys, and they sell lingerie and activewear and shoes, and it's great stuff and everything. And I'm not, promoting them or whatever. But the point is if a company doing $13 billion a year, every single page, and they've got another email subscriber program, another subscriber program, and another subscriber program, plus this one, plus anywhere you go on the site, they're collecting an email, and then what they do is they send you emails every single day. Just go here and sign up, and they're asking you to buy stuff at a reduced rate, or buy stuff at a % off, or buy things two for one or 5 for 2 or whatever. There's just constant offers, but the point is that's all happening via email. And so I want you to realize that if a company doing $13 billion a year, and they went from 0 to $13 billion a year, and their main proponent is through email, I think that's a pretty good example. Now, here's another company, example number 2. They went from a humongous and gigantic $0 to $1.3 billion per year in 2 years. And this company is gunbroker.com, which is actually owned by Ammo Inc., and they do ridiculous amounts of sales. And I said they went from 0 to 1.3 billion a year in 2 years. They operate out of Scottsdale, Arizona, where I used to live years and years ago. I'm in Kansas now, but at the moment you get to their website, they instantly are asking you for their email. Here's another website that I used to buy ammo off of. And the moment you go there, they want you to sign up and save. And they just show you that you can get great deals on ammo. And this is when there was like an ammo shortage. I went to these websites to buy some ammo for my high-powered rifles and my handguns and stuff like that, because you couldn't get ammo anywhere else. And I get emails from these guys 2-3 times a day sometimes, and it just keeps causing me to buy stuff, So this, this is no mystery. Every single thing that you've ever been to online is going to try to ask you if they're doing it correctly, they're doing right, and they're having success. They're going to ask you to get on an email list so that they can send you stuff to buy. And that is what is going on here. Okay, this company, I've never seen their TikTok. I've never seen their cool YouTube videos. I've never seen any Facebook posts or Instagram. Do they do Facebook posts? Yes. Do they do Instagram? Yes. Do they do ads on social media? Yes. Do they do that stuff? Absolutely. Are they doing silly jumping around dancing videos on TikTok? No. But they do 1.3 billion a year, and I've bought several things from them all through email. Okay? So it's again another piece of evidence. Here's another example. This all these businesses combined do 60 million a year combined. Now, again, martial arts is a smaller, more narrow niche, and for us to do the type of money we've done in a very short time in that niche using email primarily has been just unbelievable. It's these companies here. You've probably heard of them. Here's one of them I looked up. This is the AWMA. They do about 11 million a year. When you go to their website, which is right here actually. When you go to their website, you can buy all kinds of equipment and everything like that. They ask you to sign up to get 20% off, get info on new products and sales, and if you go put your email in there, every single day you're going to start receiving emails about different things that you can buy from them, and if you're not careful, you will. Another one here is Martial Arts Mart. The moment you go there, they ask you to sign up and receive special offers and promotions, and then they start selling you gear, and they start selling you training, and they start selling you all that good stuff. And then if you head over here to this website, another one that you guys are all probably, Rev Gear, you're probably all familiar with, they do about $6 million a year. Century Martial Arts, if you look down here, they do $34 million a year. If you go to their website, it's a big fat jump on our email list right when you get there. These guys as well, if you want to buy any kind of gear for, all the different martial arts that are available, you can buy it from them as well. They do $6 million a year, and guess what? They also ask you for email, and if you jump on that email list, they're going to sell you email. They're going to sell you stuff through email, and it works over and over and over and again. And as we talked about, the common sense, simple things that if we see working over and over again, if we see generating tens of millions and billions of dollars a year, don't you think it's really important to take that into consideration when you're thinking about how to grow your school? So those are things that I really want you to pay attention to. Now, here's another example. These guys went from 2 million to 9 billion since 2001. You may have heard of them. They are the UFC. When you go to the UFC, they said that if you check this box, which you have to, it's got a little asterisk here, you have to agree that you're going to receive offers and information about UFC. And if you do that, if you put your first name, email in there, you're going to get their newsletter, and it's going to sell you fights. It's going to sell you all stuff from their other people that they're affiliated with. And it's constantly getting you to try to order the UFC, and it's doing that. But guess what? Dana White, he said that they've just been growing just like crazy lately, and they're valued at $9 to $10 billion, and they've been having some of their best years, and they've really, if you've been on their list, which I have been ramping up their emails like crazy. So I just want you to realize that everybody now is learned that you can do things on these devices. Everybody has learned that you can buy things, you can work from, you can build, you can do everything from this device. Everybody carries this device around in their pocket, and every single day, almost every single person I've ever talked to checks their email. And if you don't think that you do, then how did you get this video? So, the things that I really want you to pay attention to are just the common sense things that are happening and how we just need to take advantage of it and lean into it. And that's exactly what we're going to do here. So again, are these companies doing silly TikToks, silly YouTube videos, running flyers and all that stuff? Is that how you're finding out about them? Because they're not. They're not doing any of that shit, actually. They're focusing on building a list and selling them things that they want and repeating that in high volume. And so if it's true for them and they can do billions of dollars and tens of millions of dollars a year, which embarrassingly is more than what we do, and we've been doing it longer, but they've done something called not get distracted and not do shiny object syndrome. So I'd advise you not to do that either, because I've already done it for you and proven that it's not the route to go, but we've still done very, very well, and we're not sad about any of the results we've gotten. We've just could have gotten a lot more results. So I'm just trying to really inlay and imply the fact that you need to build a subscriber list and turn those subscribers into new paying students by selling them and making offers to them via email. So here's another example. It's actually my example. So we spent zero money on advertising and we went to $19,796. But here's the kicker. We did this in just 1 month, just 100% from email. And I'm going to give you some more screenshots, because once I discovered the power of email and once I put this into play, Here we had 8 sales just from email. This is just organic email, and just email marketing, another 2 sales. These are $5,800 sales, by the way. So, that's really, really powerful. We had 69 other completions there total. And it was through a small list. Like when we did this test, there was only 9,000 contacts in this particular list that we were growing. We've got close to 30,000 emails. They're all martial arts business owners. We have a few few trolls in there that just got in to see what we were doing. We constantly get that. People wanting to know what we're doing, so they kind of go through our system. But these numbers I'm about to show you is just primarily with email. And, when we send out and do these campaigns with these lists, we went from 0 in this particular, it was basically just a challenge that we did to see and create some, actual results to show you here in realness. And just from June to July, just in that 1 month, we did $19,796 in sales purely just from email. And then we kept doing it. And so out of 8 email campaigns that we ran here, this is just the ones that I pulled up. We started running this stuff in November of 2021, and we just kept doing these email campaigns, and we just kept copy and pasting them and doing them over and over again. We didn't change anything. And in campaign 1, we did $19,257 that month. This is purely from email. Then we did $54,533 going into December, because it always hops up in December, pushing into January because people are trying to get pumped up for January because it's a big month in martial arts. And then we did another $58,000 in actual January. Then we did $26,638 in February, $18,000 in March. It usually cools off. We have this big ramp up, and then it'll cool off a little bit. And then we got back up to $20,000, and then we did $8,000 going right into summer, school getting out. There's always a huge drop. I'm sure you recognize that in martial arts as well in your own business. And then we did $17,000, and as a total here, $224,000 out of 8 email campaigns out of 8 months just with email. So my question is what if I would have just stopped doing it? What if I'd have just been like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, 19 grand, we did it 1 month, and I just would have stopped, right? I would have been out of, $200,000. And this is all just from email. So, in that case, it's just saying the same thing to you. It's like, what if you didn't have, if I didn't have this email campaign, that'd have been almost $250,000 I'd have missed out on, just because I wasn't running emails. So I really want you to ask yourself, like, am I running email in my business? Am I using it to build, am I building a list of potential, students and then selling them things that they want and repeating that over and over again? Because if you're not, you're in the right place, because I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. So I just want to, because I just forgot, to mention starting out that I'm not making any kind of income claims. I don't know your work ethic. I don't know who you are. I'm not promising you're going to make even $1. I don't know, what you're going to do with this information, anything. This is not an income claim. This isn't overnight, money, just get rich overnight and do nothing and money comes out of your computer. I'm just simply sharing what's worked with us over the years and what's worked with my clients. And I just want to share that with you. What you do with it, I don't know how you're going to do anything with it. So I'm not trying to be one of those scammy, weird internet people that says, oh, hey, give me your money so you can make bazillions of dollars. I'm not telling you that at all. This is not financial advice at all. Actually, the people that do that stuff in our industry, I actually despise them, because it makes our industry look crappy. And this is one of the most powerful industries in the world. And it's changed myself and my family's life. And so, again, not giving you any kind of financial advice or income claims or, anything like that. I'm not saying that at all. We're good at this stuff. We do this, but I am just going to simply share what worked with us and what's working with our clients. And you can do that with that what you wish. But I do believe if you take action on the things that I'm sharing with you here in this presentation, that you will be very happy with the results. So here's my super secret magic email strategy. And I'm being honest about this. I just copy, paste, send. I do that again and again and again. So that's the trick. And I know that it sounds super sarcastic and simplified, but that is the super secret magic email strategy: is copy and paste, send it, do that again and again and again when it works. So the first big magic trick is I used the exact same. So for all these right here, these different campaigns, they were all the exact same. So that's what I'm sharing with you. They were the exact same emails every single time. I was like, why? There's been so many times I've done something, it worked perfectly, and then I just stopped doing it. And Michelle's like, yeah, that worked really well. We did a Father's Day campaign. That thing just crushed it. And then we never did it again. We didn't rebuild it for just everyday campaign and do it. And so we did it, and by golly, it made money. And so I was like, well, why don't we just start doing that, right? Like take recognition to these signals. The second magic trick was they were sent to the exact same list. There was no big resurgence in list. It wasn't like I did this email campaign and then we went out and collected emails, with ads and all this stuff for months and months and months. We didn't do that. I just kept sending it to the exact same list, that 9,000 people. So that's a small list, really, in the internet world. But I'm going to show you here later how it doesn't matter how big the list is, this stuff works, even against popular suggestion from many or what we think. But they were the exact same emails, sent the exact same list every single time, and they went to the exact same landing page. So there was no alteration in the offer. There was no alteration in the emails and the campaigns, and there was no big resurgence in the list. And the big secret here is everything was the exact same every single time. That's the big secret is, and by God, make that just feel really good to you, because who wants to have to rebuild that stuff differently every time, right? So I really want you to recognize that this is simple. I told you that in the beginning. We're very good at complicating things. We're very good at getting distracted. But when something works, the best thing, the magic thing, the secret thing to do is to keep doing it. And so I hope this is really coming through. But same emails, same list, same landing page. And it did those numbers. So, I don't know about you, but an extra $224,000 by sending some emails, and they were automated, by the way. I didn't even have to manually click and send them out. They were all preset and automated, is not a bad thing. It's not a bad problem, okay? I don't know about you, but that would probably help you out too. So anyway, my point is email equals paying students. And I really hope that I've got that point across, because it's not just email equals paying students. It's like email equals money, right? Building an email list, selling them things that they want equals money. And then you just keep rinsing and repeating. Here's what's beautiful. Email's not a strange, weird thing anymore. It's like everybody's used to it. And before, the platforms, they weren't too excited about letting you send traffic to an email list type thing, but now they don't care because it's so normal. And people are used to using their email constantly. It's not some mystery thing anymore. And every single person that's tried to prove me wrong on this, not that I'm right and I'm trying to prove somebody wrong, but everybody that's tried to legitimately come at me with this has never been able to prove it wrong. And HubSpot is not some big, gigantic, multi-million-dollar company trying to send a bunch of bad information out there, just like the information I'm giving you right now. I want to make sure that it's been tracked. That's why I'm showing you tracked screenshots. So I'm showing you things from my actual dashboards, because I don't want to send you in the wrong direction. I know that if you take action on this and get bad results, that's terrible, and I don't want that for you. So I do all the things that I can to make sure that you see and that this is real, and that we can actually agree together and with just open common sense, not having to shove anything down anybody's throat here, that these things work and this is real, and you didn't get here on accident. I used this process on you to get you here right now. So I just want to put one last for sure push down on exactly why this really is true, that email equals paying students, with this next example. And so this one's kind of fun for me, because I know that anybody that builds a strong, targeted, specialized email list and starts to sell them things that they want will have this same exact ability. And this is, if I'm going to be truly and quite honest with you, some of the background reasons of why I love doing this kind of business, being able to build an email list, sell them things that they want, is because of the power that I'm about to share with you. So I went from zero money spent on ads to just using email in a very powerful way to generate $282,296.50. And I guess there's extra zeros back here. We don't need those ones. So this is what we did. And I did this in less than 2 months just with an email list. Okay. So what did I do? Well, here's a screenshot from my Dojo Student Blueprint program, which most people know us for. It's like our flagship program, which has now been combined and interjected and turned into our Mastermind Synergy. So that's also got the Dojo Student Blueprint and all the 9 Synergy programs that are involved inside of that. But if you can see here from the date out of my ClickFunnels, you can see it's my little ClickFunnels up here. From November 1st to December 23rd, we earned $12 per click from our email. The average cart value is $19.33. I was selling it for it was right at like $1,800, and then we did a promo and we added some bonuses, and then we did some upsells and different things like that. But because it's normally $5,800, but I did like a Christmas going into the new year type special, and we reduced the price a little bit. And we did $282,296 in sales, as you can see here. And what I did was I literally seen that Christmas was coming up, and I literally wanted to make money for a vacation gift for our family. And I thought, well, let's make some money. And so I went to my list, and that's what we did. My plan was to make this huge live training, and I was going to do all this stuff, and I was going to work with people live and make it this big Christmas special and all this stuff. But I ended up actually running out of time, and I truly didn't want to go through all that, because I know that the best way to learn, and I went to live masterminds. I've spent hundreds of thousands on education in this niche. You know, I've been out and met with all the big gurus, the Grant Cardones, the Ty Lopez's, the Frank Kerns, the Sam Ovens, the, Brennan Burchards, you name it. Like, I've been to all those things, and I love every one of those. We all stand on the shoulders of giants. But the best way I've ever learned is always getting a course and following it step by step, click by click to the end, and just implementing what they've told me and focusing on that. And then the fact that all of them give you like live support and help like that was huge for me. And so I didn't see that in the martial arts industry. That's why I brought it to this industry, and that's what I was trying to do. But literally, I ran out of time and wasn't too excited about doing a huge like month-long live thing. I was, but at the same time, I know that people get the best results when it's a mixture of, it's like a hybrid mixture, which I always talk about, which is, here's the training, here's the course, here's what to do, and then let's meet up a couple times a week or once a week and do Q&A and go over a live implementation strategy and getting it installed. And that's what's just worked so well for us and all of our clients. But that's what I did. So again, it was Christmas time coming up. I wanted to make a bunch of money for a vacation gift for the family. It was a gift of, let's go on vacation, a big, expensive gift. There's 6 kids in this household, plus Michelle and I. So, it's not a cheap little adventure when we go traveling for a vacation. And I said, I'm going to do this cool live training. I ran out of time, and I decided to just market my list, and I just did this dupe and paste, or dupe is duplicate to me. You'll hear me say that stuff all the time. If you've been with me for years now, I'm always like, hey, dupe that or dupe this. It's just duplicate it. So I just duplicated or copy and pasted these campaigns, and we grabbed, almost $300,000 from November 1st to December 23rd, 2021. And I'm not obviously saying that that's what you're going to do. I'm just saying it worked for me, and I'm sharing that with you. So if that's enough proof, again, that email equals paying students, then, good. Because, I've showed you billions of dollar cases, of tens of millions of cases. I've showed you what we've been able to do in a very, very small niche with a very small list in consideration to the lists that are out there. And it's been very great for us. And I really just want to hand this over to you in terms of how to actually do this. But what do you feel like is actually blocking you? Like, this is kind of where we shift gears, and we're moving into that number 2 on that list, where I said I want to help reprogram the bad programming that you've been given. And I want to help you unblock whatever it is that is holding you back from using email to grow your school, to generate 10, 15, 20 to 50 new students every single month, paying students. Because that's, you've heard probably me talk about that a lot, how to generate 20 to 50 new paying students each and every month using a system. You can absolutely do that, but I've never seen it done without a strong email campaign. people need 7 to 10 exposures to buy something. Most people, when they come through a process in the beginning, only about 2%, and that's if you're a badass, about 2% of the people that literally opt in are going to buy and purchase right then and there, which for our clients so far has been able to pay off their ad spend and take care of their bills. But then when you add the email to it, this is the trick. This is always the secret hack in the background. The trick is a powerful segmenting automated email list that's running consistently, retargeting in the background along with retargeting ads, just pours gas on the fire. Those are the things that allow them to scoop up another 30, 40, 50% of the people that they were running their ads to that didn't buy the first time. That's what actually makes this thing work. And whatever's blocking you, I'm going to go through right now and hopefully get rid of, because it's just misconceptions, falsehoods, misbeliefs. It's just people literally and I hate to, it sucks that it happens, but a lot of people benefit from you believing their bullshit so that you'll buy their shiny object instead of just doing what we've been proving out here and showing is the actual best way to do this. And that's it. I mean, I don't know what else to say about it, but I'm here to reprogram that. I'm here to set the story straight and change the channel in your mind about email marketing and how it can actually grow your school. And please know, like, for the end of, till the end of time for me, I will be building a list and selling them things that they want and repeating that, because nothing else in my world has ever been able to do that. I'm just a farm kid from Kansas that grew up, and I graduated with like 23 kids in my class. It was a sand road to my high school. Like, there was cows outside the window, and I can remember in history class that we'd have to wait for the cows because the farmer would be feeding the cows. And the cows would be mooing so loud we couldn't even hear the teacher, so we'd have to like wait for that to stop. Then we could, start learning history class stuff again. And the point I'm making is this: I didn't come from riches. I didn't come from a rich family. It was a big deal. Like, if I wanted to get, some like Nike shoes for basketball, I was like, could we, maybe we can. It was always like financial stuff was like probably the only argument we ever had in our life growing up. And I just told myself, I'm not going to be that way. I am not going to ever worry about money. And I also wasn't a big, proponent of school. Like, I was not excited about going to school. I had a great time in school. I had, fun and all that stuff. But, it was like C's and B's, right? And the B's were like a big deal. If I got those, it's basically like C's, right? So I wasn't like some genius in school that was going to get big scholarships and all this stuff, right? Like, my best class was PE, right? But I've been able to make millions of dollars, and it was through email. And so, I'm a really, 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 really big proponent on this, and I want to make sure that you are not getting bad programming that's going to send you away from that, because it is the core thing in an online business. Build a list, sell them things that they want, and repeat that. So the first big misbelief that I want to, turn around out there and make you believe and understand is that, well, people say people hate emails. They don't read emails, and emails are dead. It's dead. It's a dead thing. Don't do that. I actually fell for this because I was getting locked in on some good old-fashioned shiny object syndrome, and it was the stupidest thing I ever did. Although, we did power up with our social media, and there's nothing wrong with building attention over on social media as well. And we, do great there as well. And I'm not talking down on that, but emails are not dead, and people read emails. And if you don't believe it, just ask yourself how you got here today. Okay. So the thing I want you to understand is there are people out there. I literally went out there and found this. You can see the date, September 29th, 2021. Influencers are renting studio space to take fake private jet photos and photo shoots. People rent Lamborghinis and take pictures in front of them and try to convince you and try to divert your attention from what's actually truly really working out there so that you'll buy their shiny object. Okay? So you got to ask yourself, when you hear these things, when you hear these different people chanting about how email doesn't work or how, these different things aren't working, you got to ask yourself, what is really like the motive in the background? Like, what really is going on in the background? Are they just trying to like get my money to buy their shiny object thing? And if you even look deep into their, process, you'll find that they're doing email. So every internet person out there, and listen, I am an internet person. Okay, I'm an internet educator, and I think 99.9% of them that are out there, I think they're great people. I think they know what they're doing. I don't think that they know necessarily like why things are happening, because they just haven't been in it long enough. Like, you got to have some skin in the game. You got to be in it to learn. But I'll tell you what, I would have flew miles and miles and miles ahead, like mountains on top of mountains of success that I've had now, if I'd have just got the right information from the right people and just took action on it and not got distracted. So, I just showed you many cases that have been in business for less time than me that are doing a lot more than me. I'm not worth billions, okay? Like, these people just focused on building a list and selling them things they want. Don't let these influencers or, these people that are out there renting studio space to like fool you. It's not true. Like, it's just flat out not true. Like, email is rocking and rolling. It's the highest performing platform on ROI over anything, like, period, on the planet Earth. So don't be fooled. The next misbelief that I want to turn around is that growing an email list is hard and it takes lots and lots of money. Okay, this is 100% not true. So here are some actual clients of ours. I've blocked out their name just for their own privacy. These are still running to this day. You can see the date right here. It was July 26, 2022 when I shot this screenshot. They were running this starting June 30th. They spent $156. Okay, $156, so a pair of Nikes. Got 127 landing page views for $1.22. So the cost per lead, CPL, the cost per lead, right here, cost per lead, $1.22. These people have signed these people up. They're $175 per month. So if you spend $1.22 and you got a new paying student for $175 a month, is that a good trade-off? Yeah, it is. Even if you just got one. Just one pays off their bill, and they still have 129 leads that they can run through their automations and gather another 30, 40, 50%. So if they just signed up 2 people, they are in serious profit mode. And based off these numbers here and what I know our automations and stuff do, they're probably going to grab 3 to 4 people out of 120 people. So small list, but here, very inexpensive. Look what we're spending per day. $6 per day. Another $6 per day. $139, $2.59. And this is a retargeting ad. So they're running a retargeting ad to the people that watch this here, which is a little 45-second video. So cost per lead on cold traffic, meaning people that have never seen them before, don't know who they are, $1.22 to grow that list. Then they retarget them and are getting people that have already seen them, already looked at their stuff, to go into another list for $2.59. So do you think these people that have seen them up here, didn't buy, went down here and got on this other list for $2.59? Do you think that those people are pretty serious? Yeah, they are. And it's $2.59. You can barely buy a king-size Snicker candy bar out there for $2.59. Here you can turn these people into literal, like, ongoing, lifelong students. Some of these students will stay for 10 years, for a lifetime. You know that. So this is in self-defense and Krav Maga. Here's a BJJ MMA school. The dates, I screenshotted these all on the same time. They started running this July 11th, and from July 11th to July 26th, they spent $87. They've done $5.84 per lead and got 15 leads. So $5.84 for leads. Now, I do want to pull out here, and I want to show you something real quick. I've got right here some case studies I want to show you. This Eas here, love this guy. He's in Bahrain. He does MMA. He went and he just was on just social media, and he just taken some of the stuff we've been teaching him in class. And he's literally just used this here. He posted on his platform for free, and he got a new paying student by just asking them who wanted to train with them, yes or no. The people that said yes, he went back to them and he signed one of them up. So I just wanted to show you that, like, there's simple things that we're going to teach you how to do that are just going to be great here in just a bit. But look, this company on this, this is that same one I was just showing you. That's why I popped out and came over here to this. But Michelle set this campaign up in literally like less than 30 minutes. It was a very quick campaign. But in this one, we took that same exact ad and we ran it. And when they first ran it, they had 5 new leads come in 24 hours, and 4 scheduled their first class at $2.67 a lead. This is the actual platform. These are called in-app lead forms through Facebook. And these are confirmed schedules down here. They have to go in and actually confirm it. So it's not just like a lead. They confirmed their schedule on here, right here, okay? So literally 5 leads, 4 of them scheduled their first class. I know for a fact 2 of them were families with 2 kids plus. One of them had 3, and they signed up. And then here it is again. They got 4 new leads in 24 hours, and one of them scheduled immediately. Again, here's the confirmation on that. But look at these numbers here. So $6.75, $1.91, $1.36, $2.67. You know, that's what I'm trying to share with you, is that, like, it doesn't need a bunch of big money to do this, right? Like, these are small numbers. Everybody watching this can do this, okay? So here's a firearms and combat swimming guy that I work with out of Arizona. Again, started running this June 30th, July 26th. I screenshotted it. We're just running a simple in-app lead form. $1.28 a lead. He's gotten 197 leads for $1.28, and he charges $200 an hour, and that's at the discounted rate. This guy's like a Navy SEAL instructor. He's got more qualifications. His bio is like a mile long. And we just ran this 3 best shoot and move drills PDF, got him into an email list, followed up with automation, sending them into a buy, and a sign up. So that, like, is another example where it doesn't cost a lot of money to do this at all. So it costs a lot and it's hard to build this. No, it is not at all. Okay. And then here's some just lead and sales. So I want to show you this down here. A lot of people have all these tracking softwares and all this stuff. I just want to show you something. It's called a UTM parameter. I'm not going to go into this because we don't have really time to do all that, and I want to keep moving. But this is just through emails that we did, and it collected some referrals from Calendly because that's who we do our scheduling stuff with. But if you go in and mark like your content, so you'd put like yourdomain.com. So like I put a link in my YouTube descriptions. So I'll put up a YouTube video on YouTube, organic, free traffic. And what I'll do is I'll then down in the description, I'll put a link to my funnel. And so I just put your domain. So what I would do with that link is I would put UTM parameters with it, because then I can go into my Google Analytics and I can go to my source in Medium and see where my traffic's coming from. And I just set some goals up. So if a lead becomes a sale, it tells me, it shows my conversion rate, yada, yada. Like I told you, it's about 2%. Okay. This is 1.74%, which I'll take all day long. It's been very profitable for us. But basically what you do is after your initial link, so this would just be, if I didn't use UTM parameters, it would just be this link. And that's what most people do. They'll just put that link down there. But then you can't actually track. And remember, I told you I'm going to track everything, because I'm not going to give you a bunch of crap here. I want you to actually have real results. I want you to know that we've taken the time to learn and do this. But these are $5,800 sales. Okay, this is my Dojo Student Blueprint. Okay, got 3 sales, 3% conversion from YouTube. And so what I did was I put UTM, I put the source was YouTube. The medium, if it's free traffic, I put share. If it's paid traffic, I put CPC for cost per click. So this was a share, so it means organic. Got 58 people to come over from YouTube. This is during a month. 58 people to come over from YouTube. I'm in a small niche, by the way. Like, there's globally about 100,000 martial arts business owners globally. And like 40,000 of them are in the United States. That's excluding China, of course. China has like a bazillion, but China and I don't get along because we can't understand each other. And they got different things going on in their platforms over there. So anyhow, Then you put the name of your content in there as well if you want. I'm just showing, if I put the keyword in, it would show that, but I just used the source in Medium. So the source was YouTube, the medium was Share, which is free, and that's what it's showing here. And I got 3 sales from that and 58 visitors at a 3% conversion rate, which is pretty high. I mean, like I said, 2% is the usual. So this is what I want you to understand, is that, you can use organic free traffic to do this as well. And I'm going to show you how to do that here in just a bit. But you can track everything if you just put these UTM parameters. So it's just UTM _ source equals YouTube. And that means you're going to add something. UTM medium equals share, and UTM content. And then you can name your content. And you don't have to buy, like I've bought all these great softwares and they're good. Listen, they are good. I've bought the Hyros, it's like $3,000 a month or something and all this. And I'm like, I just learned the UTM thing. So just look up UTM parameters and start putting a UTM parameter with every single one of your links. That way you can track everything in your Google Analytics. But I just wanted to show you this more than anything, that it's not expensive to do this. Like you can just run free traffic and free emails and free, content on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and you can generate sales. And you can do that. And it's all because of a follow-up process that happens in email. So my misbelief number 3 that I want to turn into a belief for you is that people say out there that you can't get students with email unless you have this gigantic list. And I've already shown you that a list of less than 10,000, which is probably a lot for a lot of you, because some of you don't even have an email list, which you're learning how to get one today. And also, some of you, we watch all these big marketers and gurus out there and all this, and we see that they have tons of followers and tons of people on their lists and all this stuff. And we think in our mind that that's the only way that these people are getting to success, is that way. Now, does that hurt you? No. Is it bad to have a lot of subscribers and a lot of followers? No. Are they using social media ads? Yes. Are they using email? Without a shadow of a doubt. But do you need a gigantic list to have success with this? No, you do not. Here is a client of ours. I scratched out their name. They're one of our done for you clients. They spent $1,107, it was like $1,100. Okay. They got 16 sales. They're $175 per month, by the way. That's what they charge. They use a simple process. They'll get them in on a very low ticket item, and then they'll, in a couple days, upsell them up to the $175. This is actually off the $175. So they got 16 students at $175 a month. Small list, narrow niche, and they enroll 16 students. They generated 137 leads with this. Okay, they got 656 clicks. They generated 137 leads. So their cost per lead was about $8.57 per lead, which is very normal. And then they enrolled 16 students, and the cost per sale was $73.11. What happens when you, first off, just thinking here, like what happens when you realize and know that for every time you spend $73.11, that you're going to get a $175 per month student? Okay? If you think about that, and if you think about just the money that they made on just student enrollments. So if you look here where the red arrow is, they had 16 students at $175 a month, which is like $2,800. They spent $1,175. So I'm just being very real and not trying to be over the top with anything. But what if out of those 16 students that joined, what if just half of them stay for 1 year? Well, $175 a month for a year is $2,000 a year. So the average value of a student to this client is about $2,000 a year. That's about what a student costs. And about all of our clients, almost all 600 of them, the average is about it's like $1,500 to $2,000 is what a student is worth to them per year. That's about the value of a student. So if just half of the students that he got out of a profitable campaign here, okay, very small list, 137 leads. That's a small list, very small list. Out of 137 leads, if half of them, out of the 16 that joined, if half of them, 8, stayed for a year, that's $16,000. They spent $1,000, let's call it $1,200 if you want to round up. They spent $1,200 and got $16,000 back if just 50% of the people that joined stayed for 1 year. So how many of you, would be so pumped if you could actually just spend $1,000 and it would turn into $16,000 at the end of the year? That's pretty damn good returns. I don't know where you're from, but I'm happy with that every single day. And what I'm really trying to prove a point of here is very small list, very nice numbers. And you know what? Probably more than 8 will stay for the year because these guys are badass. Okay. Misbelief number 4. My list is unresponsive. My list doesn't work anymore. That's what the people say all the time. Oh, my emails, they're dead. I need to get new emails. I got to get new emails. My emails are dead. Well, here's Barry, and I'm actually going to, I'm going to cut right now to a video where you can actually hear from Barry himself.
Pandemic came. We lost in the first month, we pretty much lost all the junior students. The whole program within 6 weeks was decimated. There was like about 6 kids left, something like that. And we lost about 45% overall of the membership. And now we are definitely moving in the right direction as fast as humanly possible. So I'm actually 124% up on my cash. And I am 2,324% up on my revenue. So a lot of people are just going to go, I think that this has been the most complete system for my business. If for my Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Academy, I don't need to go anywhere else. I don't need to buy anything else. Like all of a sudden I'm getting booked calls, which I've never had before. Now all of a sudden my calendar's filling up and thinking, ooh, they're all waiting for my call. I ring them up and they go, hey, and because they've seen me on video, we chat like we know each other. So in the first 5 days of turning the ads on, I think we got 4 students, which for me, like I say, if we did 3 a week, it was great. So, and we didn't spend a lot of money because like you say, you're starting really, really small. So we got 4 students almost like out of nothing. Didn't have to give them a free week, didn't have to give them free nothing. Just come in, they enjoyed themselves. Like I say, we deliver quality products, they sign up. Second week, 8, third week, 10, fourth week, 10. That's as of today, which is Wednesday. It'll probably be maybe 12 to 15 by the end of the week. And with all the other courses that I did before that, nothing has come close to achieving this level. And the other thing was, they're always a little bit half-assed is probably the wrong word, but they'll show you a piece of the puzzle. But the way that the system's set up different because we're talking to them with a particular message and following up with them with that message. There were so many things that I was missing. I mean, just like the email automations and was so crazy good that now even if I turn my ads off now today, I would still have booked calls next week, the week after, the week after, the week after. Yeah, in terms of, the support and everything that I've got so far is second to none. Outside the cost of the system, I think that's almost immaterial now because we've made such a high ROI out of using the system. It's almost peanuts in comparison to what we're making today. But I was talking to my daughter this morning and she said that she's been online a few times and she's seen a couple of my ads and I think she clicked on one of the ads and now I'm everywhere. She sort of can't get away from me no matter what she does. My brand within this local area as the jiu-jitsu school to train at is very, very well established. If my competitors aren't even willing to do 10% of this, then we're just going to crush them. So really, really exciting times, Mike. And I hope we do spend all this time together for the next few years because I will definitely refer affiliates to you. I think it's an amazing program. Do the work and you'll be successful with the system.
So as I said, as Barry just shared with you, they got 30, it was actually total 38 students in 21 days. Barry had 0 email automations, okay? He had this little email list, but he had no automations going. I installed this simple automation list where we tag them, send them an email, we wait, we use the automation to ask a question, If they do what we want them to, they go to another list. If they don't, we send another email, and we keep repeating that simple process until they buy. Barry didn't have this. Barry put this in his business. In 21 days, Barry generated 38 students from a quote-unquote dead list. He was locked down from COVID, had lost his entire kids program. You can watch his full, if you go on our YouTube video or on our YouTube channel, you can watch, it's like a 1-hour conversation I had with him there. But he literally wanted to get on with me and talk about what they did. And I want you to understand that it's not that your list is dead or anything like that. There's not the proper follow-up and process going on in that list. Okay? That's it. They're a Roger Gracie school. They teach MMA, BJJ. I mean, come on. Like, how many schools out there are just doing normal things and they just don't have email attached to their process, and they're missing out on loads and loads of money? But here's what we've learned. People come to us and they want to run new ads. And I want you to think right now, always fix emails before ads. Fix emails before ads. Fix emails before ads. I want you to think like that. And I want you to think like the engine is the email automations and the fuel is ads. So with this little jet fuel and this little jet engine here, if the jet engine is burning and smoking and not working, if you pour jet fuel on it, or if you give it more jet fuel, what's it going to do? Probably just cause a bigger fire. Probably just going to burn up the rest of the plane faster. Probably just not going to do anything besides waste jet fuel and cause more problems. So when companies come to us, when martial arts schools come to us, usually we don't even touch their ads because their ads are fine. They're saying, well, we're getting clicks, we're getting people, we're getting this, but it's just not working. We need to fix our ads. No. If you have a broken engine, pouring more gas in it, ads, is not going to do anything besides waste money. And so if you've ever lost money on advertising online, I would go to bet that there's hard evidence in the background that you don't have an email automation engine running in the background properly. And if your engine is broken, it's not going to get fixed by pouring more gas in it. I hope that makes sense. I hope this analogy helps you. But when companies come to us, before we do anything, we shut the ads off. And we go in and we fix their email follow-up sequence. We fix their email communication and messaging and where they're driving them to in the emails and the offers that they're making in the emails. And then all we've got to do is just turn the ads back on and voila, we look like superheroes. Barry had a 414% ROI, not because they spent more money on ads, because they fixed their engine first. So that's the thing that I really, really, really want you to hold deep into your brain from here is fix emails before the ads. Most of the time, the ads are pretty easy. You go to Facebook, Instagram, you go to Google or YouTube, you tell them, hey, here's the kind of people I'm looking for. You typically have a pretty simple message. Do you want to learn self-defense? Do you want to learn discipline? Do you want to anti-bullying? You know the deal, right? Do you want to lose weight? Do you want to not just go to the boring old gym, come in and defend yourself and also lose weight? And as some of the guys over at Tiger Rock, you know, you're either a wimp or a blimp, right? Like, so it's not like we're trying to, you know, do rocket surgery or anything like that, or try to do some crazy thing where we're trying to, you know, fix satellites in deep space, you know, through a camera. Like, no. We have simple emails that follow up consistently, that have automations in them, that ask them behaviorally, did this person do this? Okay, if they did, do this. If they didn't, do this. Did they buy? Yes, do this. Did they not buy? Do this. Did they click on the thing about discipline? Put them in this list. Did they click on the thing about self-defense? Put them in this list, and then sell them self-defense, sell them discipline. Okay? It's real simple. It's real simple. Okay? If the engine's broken, fuel's not going to fix it. So keep that in mind. Let's get our emails and that process fixed first. Then when we pour fuel on it, we just go faster and have more fun. So I'm going to show you exactly now. We're moving into this last phase here that I showed you that we're in number 3 now. Okay, so the first phase we went through, I was going to show you how email equals new paying students. Hopefully we got that across. Then we just finished up section 2 here, which was these are the misbeliefs, misconceptions, falsehoods that people are trying to get you to believe or that you do believe that are leading you down a bad path that I don't want you to go down. I want you to be successful. And now we're in the third section here where I'm going to show you exactly what to do today, right now, to get students, to get subscribers right now. Okay? So the first thing is we have to both agree, and if we can both agree on this, that building a list and getting students fast is, number one, sounding very good. But number one, that when we build a list, we are going to have the ability to get students. And then if we build a list and sell them things that they want, we will succeed. And so I want you to really, truly understand that, like, it is that simple. And so what I'm going to cover with you is, first off, how do you build the list? Okay, so what do you do to build the list? And then what do you do to get students fast from the list? And then what is the synergy weapon? Okay, synergy is where all things come together to create something powerful. That's what it means to me. So building a list. Well, I'm going to give you 2 things right now. There's 10 total, but I'm going to give you 2 things you can do right now to start building a list. And so what we do, this bucket here is our list. And when people get into our bucket or onto our list, we then send them offers that they want, and they pay us. I mean, it's that simple. I love it, right? Like, it really is that simple. Please don't make it not that simple, okay? So what are these 2 things? Well, the first one is just simple organic posts. So you remember when I showed you that we were posting just YouTube videos, we would go in, and it's very cool. On YouTube, you can just go to YouTube. In the search box up there, you can start typing. You can act like you're your ideal student, and you can literally just start typing what you think that they would be typing to try to figure out and solve the problem that they want to solve. And then you can send them these simple organic posts. You can post them out there, and I'm going to show you some stuff later here it's actually so cool because it'll save you so much time. Because I don't know about you, but I don't like posting all the time. I'm not a poster. You can go to my Facebook right now, ain't no posts on it, okay? And we do 7 figures with, our social medias. So, but we have email. That's the key thing that we've been pushing out here this whole time. The second thing is then doing simple in-app lead ads, right? So going to Facebook using you don't even have to have a landing page, okay? You don't even have to have a landing page. You can collect their email inside of Facebook. They're very inexpensive. All those ones that I've been showing you are from that. With the simple organic posts here, okay? You can see my mouse hopefully. With the simple organic posts, the trick is, you want to, whenever you make a post, you want to have a very simple domain name. So you can go to like GoDaddy for, $10 a year, $12 a year, whatever it is, and you can buy a domain name. Like, I went and checked this one, nobody's got it, but like learntofightnow.com. If every time you post a video on YouTube or post a video on Instagram or Facebook or whatever, or anytime you do a post, you just want in big, open, easy to see area on whatever it is that you're creating and posting and doing, a very simple domain name that takes them straight to a landing page that will collect their name and email and get them into a list. That's what you want to do. That is the first thing that you want to do, is do that. And the best thing to do is I take video, okay? And then I just chop it up into a bunch of different pieces. Like, it becomes TikToks, it becomes all these different things. I don't do that. Okay, I have a team that does that stuff. I don't do that, but that's what we do. And you can just do this yourself. But if I was you, I'd just focus on YouTube primarily and Facebook. Okay, but you want to put, as it shows here, just make sure there's a big, easy to remember domain. That's the trick of it. Like, like for instance, like the 1-800-GOT-JUNK. I had a guy that had one of those businesses, and like, people just called it all the time because it was like this memorable thing. He bought into one of the franchises, and it just worked over and over and over again. They spent a lot of money to just show that over and over again. I went in and showed you on our YouTube shares. I like creating YouTube videos because I like video, and video can turn into podcasts. It can turn into pictures. It can turn into email copy. It can turn into Instagram Reels and Facebook Stories and all this stuff. It can turn into YouTube Shorts. You can take one video, do a good job with it, and it can be diced and sliced into a bunch of things, which I call our video flywheel. It's like make it once and then turn it into all these things. It's a super smart thing to do. It saves you a lot of time and energy. Buy a domain, link that domain to your landing page where you collect an email. Poof, done, bam, you've got it. And if you pixel it, you can retarget them, and it educates your system to be going out with ads and finding more people easier. But that's for another story. The simple in-app ads, that's these ones that I was showing you here. Like this is the shoot and move guy, the guy that does combat swimming, and the Navy SEAL instructor guy. That's what these are. They're very inexpensive this way because Facebook doesn't want people to leave the platform. So if you don't let them leave the platform, but you still get their email, you're going to just get better rates because they don't have to do as much work. You're not sending Facebook's customers off of, or Facebook's people off of Facebook. They don't want you to do that. So if you stay on Facebook with it and you do those Facebook simple in-app lead forms, or Facebook lead forms is what they used to be called. If you use those and just drive people into an email list, you can connect it over to your email automations and voila. So you get them on the list that way. Once they're on the list, you send them offers. That's what you do. It's very simple. Those are the two things that I'm going to give you right now, just because I don't want to take any more of your time than I need to. But there's 10 total ways that we do it. I just wanted to share these two with you so that you could start doing it right now to start getting students. And so everything that we do, okay, I want to get my little drawing pen out here. Everything that we do, all right, is we basically just get it to where one of our clients, he says, it's like there's a mothership. He's like, so this is my space mothership. Okay. Okay. Don't make fun of my ship. This is the space mothership. And he says all these little traffic sources are like little satellites outside of the mothership, and they all point to the mothership. Okay. So I want you to think of like all your traffic sources as things where they're just out here, Facebook, Instagram, everything that you ever do, it all needs to lead them back to the list, because the list is doing all the work. It's doing all the heavy lifting. So instead of this being a mothership in here, you want to think about this as being your list. You want all these traffic sources to always lead back to the list. Always. Okay? So whatever these things are out here, you just lead all of them back to the list. I hope that's coming through very clear, because that has, allowed us to make life-changing income and money and on-demand type money. So that's what you do. Everything you do leads to generating an email list. Okay, so let me get back to where we were in this presentation. So how do you get students fast? Okay, so here's our little person. Okay, let me get into, I got to bounce out of this again. This is our little person, okay? They see our ads or they see our organic posts and they get into our list. Now, my favorite thing to do is get money back. As soon as I spend it, I want to get it back as fast as possible. With the process we've got here, I call it my iron hot and iron cool, is an email follow-up sequence, okay, that will take people and get them through that 7 to 10 exposures as quickly as humanly possible. And so it's taking and turning around our money every 7 days. So every 7 days, I know that, this sequence is going on, and the money I'm spending on advertising and my bills and everything gets replenished and repaid every 7 days. I don't know about you, but that makes me feel good. I think it would make you feel good too. We've got 10 of these types of campaigns. I'm just going to share this one here with you right now. The cool thing about getting the money back in 7 days is you get your return on your investment right away. So you invest in your ads, you invest in your content, whatever, you get your money back, and then you can pay off your advertising, which feels very good to do every single time. When you pay off your advertising, you got new students. It's great. The big problem people are having out there is they're using old, outdated, antiquated like advice and stuff about email, and they're doing these nurture sequences, which used to be the big thing. You do this product launch, and then you'd nurture them out and do all this stuff, but ain't nobody got time for that. So what people do is they want this thing called, I want it yesterday, or I want it now. And so when somebody's got a problem, when they're being bullied, when somebody's got a bad back, when somebody needs, to be able to do that stuff, they need it yesterday. They need it now. So you doing a certain nurture sequence going to put you out too far, not going to work for you, not going to help you. So what you want to do is you want to do this direct offer where you're literally sending them straight to a direct offer. And in the first 3 days, you're going to send them 2 emails a day, in the morning, evening, morning, evening, morning, evening. And then if they still have not bought, because in between each of these is an automation that says, did they buy? Because if they did buy, puts them in another list where they don't keep getting these emails. But the first email automation that you can do is two times a day with a direct offer. Now, it is key that you understand something here. This email campaign and this process will not work if you have a crappy offer and you have a crappy landing page. If you have a crappy offer and a crappy landing page and you have crappy messaging inside of these, ain't gonna work. Okay, you gotta have your messaging and your offer dialed in, period. And you've gotta have a sequence, period. Okay. After the 3 days, if they still haven't bought, then we cool it off a little bit. So the iron's cooling off. We still do direct offers, but we do it for another 4 days where it's just one email every 24 hours or so. And then that right there is what turns us around money every 7 days. There's 10 total campaigns that we've got like this for different scenarios. This is just one of them right now. I don't want to take any more time going into all this stuff, and right now in this presentation, I just want to give you something right now that you can do right now. This is my favorite campaign, 222-11111. And that's what you're going to do, following up, driving them to a powerful offer that they can't refuse with powerful messaging that they cannot get confused about. It's simple messaging that makes sense and gets the job done. So, that is what you can do. That's what turns it around in 7 days. I love that. Now, what is the synergy weapon? Well, the synergy weapon, let me get the presentation bounced out again. The synergy weapon is basically when you take this power list here. Okay, so we just talked about this little list up here. You remember seeing this, right? The 222-1111. The most powerful thing, based off email marketing stats from HubSpot, which they're the best, the average person that did subscriber segmentation, which they said is the most effective email marketing campaign strategy, seen over 700% increase. So how many people do you think watching this right now, how many people would like to have a 700% increase? Oh, no kidding, Mike. Yeah, so I get that. Who would say no to that, right? Well, the best way to do that, as it says, message personalization and segmentation, okay? 700% increase, all right? 700% increase when you segment. So what we do is if they make it through the iron hot and iron cool sequence, we have a whole bunch more of those sequences set up, but we pour them through this filter, which segments them out. These people are self-defense. These people want kids stuff. These people are adults. These people want to, work on their cardiovascular. These people are wanting to work on bullying stuff. These people are competition. These people are MMA. These people are karate. These people are BJ. That segmenting, so we pour them through the segmenting filter that we've got set up. It's just a process that we put together. And then whatever emails that they open, so again, understand this is like behavior based. So we'll put certain subject line messaging in the subject lines where we're like, hey, is your child being bullied? Whoever clicks and opens that is behaviorally telling us what list they're about to go into. And then we dump them into that list. And guess what happens? 222-1111, and they start getting emails about the kid thing or the adult thing or the BJJ thing. So in other words, we segment them out and then sell them what they want. How are we so good at selling them what they want? Because we know what they want because we segmented them. It's that simple, right? Like I got orange, blue, purple, green. If you know these people want green stuff, you start selling them green stuff, purple stuff, blue stuff, orange stuff. Does that make sense? So they said 700% increase. That's the synergy weapon. We take these people and synergistically, they're all in a big synergistic motion through our emails, but they're divided out and segmented into the silos that they need to be into so that our message personalization is right on. Like we're talking to people that want to put their kids in martial arts about putting their kids in martial arts, and we make them offers that they cannot refuse, and bing, bang, boom, it works, right? Like that's the trick. So that's what you do with that. Now, if you would like me to guide you, like Walker, Texas Ranger, used to guide people in his famous show, Texas Rangers. Listen, we're in martial arts. You cannot do a martial arts presentation without putting Chuck Norris in it somewhere, okay? So if you would like me to guide you through this process, I've got a brand new live training that I'm going to be doing. It's called the Evergreen Student Growth Machine. This is a little screenshot of it here. And, you're going to get the software stack. You're going to get everything. But this is a brand new live training that I'm going to be doing. It's 4 weeks of live training. So it's once a week, you're going to be getting the information. So every Monday, okay, because this thing starts on Monday, okay, so that's why it's limited, it's live training, it's new, okay, the timers on the page are very real. What happens here is on Monday, every Monday for 4 weeks, and it may go a little bit longer. I don't want to rush you. I don't want to like push you through this and cattle prod you through this. I want you to get this stuff. I want you to get results, and it's for a really selfish reason, because if you get a lot of results, you'll tell people about that, and then we get more results. And then it's a beautiful flywheel. I help you, you help me, I help you, you help me. It's beautiful. I love it. But it starts every Monday. Every Monday, I give you the new information, the new piece of training, which I'm going to discuss what those things are here in just a second. But I give you the training, and then on Thursdays, we do a live Q&A call and implementation. Now, all of this stuff is recorded, okay? So on Mondays, the training gets released. You get the training. You can work on it, go through it, get it all dialed in. And then on Thursdays, we do the live Q&A and implement session, okay? So that way you can ask questions. We can just get in there, make sure it's working. You understand it. It's very simple. It works great with all of the people's schedules out there. And I know that because I've been doing it for years. Every Monday and Thursday, we've been doing this stuff. But with our Dojo Student Blueprint, we have a Monday live Q&A, and we also have they get 2 live Q&A sessions for that. But it always works out good on Mondays and Thursdays. So that's why we've built this to be a Monday you get the training, gets released. Thursday you can jump on live Q&A and implement. Everything is recorded. You get lifetime access to it. As some of the people say, you have lifetime access. You have access to it until the internet is gone, which the internet is not going anywhere. So you get lifetime access to all the recordings. You get lifetime access to all the templates, tools, and all the workbooks and everything like that. You get everything for life. So if you can't make it live for whatever reason, guess what? Doesn't matter. You'll have all the stuff right then and there. Okay, you'll have it for life. It's all recorded. So here's what we do. In the first week, so the first Monday where this gets released, it's the 7-day student system. So that's where we're basically going to have the goal of turning your subscribers into students in 7 days. Now, in order to do that, we've got to put together that system first, because before you start driving people to something, before you start driving ads, remember how we talked about the engine and the jet fuel type thing? I want you to try to get your ROI back immediately, right? Like the faster you get your ROI back, your money back, your investment back, the happier everything gets, the happier everybody is. So the first thing I want to do, and the first thing you'd always want to do, is have an offer with an engine before you would start driving traffic. So the first thing we do is I give you that 7-day student system. I give you that 7-day student follow-up system. You can kind of see it up here. But this thing right here, I give this to you and we get it implemented immediately. Here's how we do it. I have already built everything out. So it's just cut, paste, edit, launch. I've already got it all templated. I've got everything created for you already, pre-built, ready to go. You just have to cut and paste the things into the page or edit the page a little bit so it's got your brand and not mine. So you're not selling my stuff, you're selling your stuff. You take me out of it, put you in it, and I guide you through that. And then you're going to learn how to have that free offer, filter them, paid offer. Free offer, filter them, paid offer. That's what we do. We get this system put in place. It's cut, paste, edit, launch. You're never starting from a blank screen. You're never starting from, I don't know what to do. I don't like doing that. It takes too long. Don't got time for that. If somebody's already built the wheel, just show it to me. Let me do it. I got it. Okay, that's how I am. Hopefully that's how you are. That's what we do in part 1 on the first Monday. That training gets released, and then on Thursday, live Q&A, implement all the recordings, all tools, templates. Okay? The second part then is filling the machine. So now that we've got the machine built, now that we've got that thing going and we've got the offer in there, we've got the email follow-up, the engine's ready and prepared for fuel, it's time to start putting fuel in it. Fuel source number 1 is I'm going to show you how to do organic traffic. So I'm going to show you how to take simple posts and turn these posts into free traffic, subscribers, bringing them in, going into your email list, and then the engine is in there turning those people into paying students. I'm then going to show you how to do paid traffic: Facebook, Instagram, Google, YouTube. Okay, Google owns YouTube, Facebook owns Instagram. So when we're doing one, we're doing them all. I'm going to show you how to actually use paid ads, simple, inexpensive paid ads to grow that list that turns into paying students, because email equals paying students. And then I'm going to talk to you and show you and demonstrate and give you the coolest thing ever that's going to save you more time than ever, which is my Make Once video flywheel. Make Once is my little hat here, okay? I love the idea of making something once and it pays me for the rest of my life. I like the idea of making something once and it can be multiple things that all drive back to me, because you got to understand something. When you put stuff out there like this, what's so crazy is when you're giving out there, people just have a natural feeling to reciprocate. It's one of the most powerful. You talk about retargeting being powerful. Reciprocation is even more powerful. But here's what's crazy. When you're putting out all this stuff, okay, and I'm not talking about posting every day. Listen, I don't post. I hate posting, right? I do YouTube videos and those get chopped up and people do stuff with them. But listen, when you put all that stuff out there, all that reciprocation doesn't go to a bunch of different places. It all comes back to you. So you put this stuff out there. It's being seen by thousands and thousands of people that are getting value. You're giving value. They're seeing all this stuff. And then when it reciprocates, when it all comes back, it all goes back to one person. That is extremely powerful. I'm going to show you how to do that. Free traffic, paid traffic. Organic is just what we call free traffic. And then Make Once video flywheel, and there's 10 different ways to do this stuff. So I'm going to be going through all of those with you, all my 10 different traffic, paid traffic and organic traffic sources, and the way I do that, the best way for martial arts. We've just done it for years and it's been proven out, and it's all templated, it's all cut and paste, it's all ready to go. And then I'm going to give you my Make Once video flywheel, which everybody I ever show that to just loves it. Part 3 is students on demand, or students, aka cash or money on demand. I don't know about you, but I like to be able to press a button and get some money. So how do we do this? Well, I have 10 cut and paste campaigns. So you just copy and paste, cut and paste, edit them, launch it, and you're never dealing with a blank screen. And it's showing you how to segment. It's showing you how to take these subscribers and actually just turn them into money, because maybe you want to go on a vacation. Maybe you have an unexpected sickness. I got COVID during COVID or whatever. I got sicker than hell, and it sucked, but I was able to maintain a very strong income because I could just let my email automations run. I could go on vacation and know that my business is still growing without me because I've prepared an automation. People go, well, you can't just set it and forget it. Well, it's not really. I mean, you have an automatic machine in the background constantly communicating with leads that came in because they wanted what you were giving. I mean, it's not that nothing's happening. I mean, there's a lot of shit happening, but it's all automated. So it's not like, some people always say oh yeah, the internet lifestyle, you do this thing, you just money on the beach. No, you got to set the shit up and you've got to have things going on in the background. But once it is, yeah. And maybe you just feel like selling something. Maybe you come up with a new offer. Maybe you come up with a new school thing for your school. Maybe you want to sell a new thing for your school. Heck, Barry, he started doing firearms stuff. He did the BJJ, does the Roger Gracie thing, but then he also has a firearms thing. He's using the same exact thing. You're never starting from a blank screen. I give you those 10 cut and paste campaigns. I go through them, show you how to set them up, and it's cool. And it works. And I give you all the stuff so that you don't have to go through that headache. You don't have to waste the, tons of years and go through all the shiny objects and all the distractions. I did all that stuff for you. You just need to put it in place here. Cut, paste, edit, launch. Okay? Very simple. I love this part. Now, this next part, the 7X synergy filters, this is where we really get into, this isn't necessary. Like most people with the 3-part stuff, they have everything they need to crush it, right? They all they want to do is make an extra 10, 15, 20,000 a month or something like that, and that's where they're happy. That's where they want to stay. You don't have to get all crazy with all this, but if you do, I'm going to let you because I'm going to show it to you. So what we do is we take this self-managing machine that is always constantly automating in the background. So people join the list. It tries to do the 222, 111. It goes through that. We get them to either buy or they don't. And then we start to do the segmenting. So I've got 10 different automations that literally will sort and enroll based on behavioral data. So if you want more kids, put this in place. If you want more adults, put this in place. If you want more Muay Thai, put this in place. If you want more in-person, if you want more virtual, if you sell a virtual course, if you want to sell, I have instructors that teach other instructors. Fabio Leopoldo, he's teaching other people how to be a BJJ instructor. He also teaches you how to get prepared for BJJ. He's got virtual courses as well. He just opened his other studio. He's in California. It's not cheap there. He can do it because of this. They're doing 7 to 12 students per week because of this. What did he do? He worked hard, didn't argue with it, put it in, boom, 700% increase. So in part 4, I'm going to give you the 10 automations that we use to sort and enroll students in the background, constantly going. And I'm telling you, when it gets to this place, it's a really special place because now you can actually decide, I want to open a new location. I do want to go on vacation and know my school's still building. I need money for, this and that. You know that this thing is just running in the background. It's working off science and math, and it's just building, and it's beautiful. So I'm going to show you exactly how to do that in part 4. So what is the value of this training, right? Like what are the actual values behind this? And yeah, I'm going to be doing a stack with you, a value stack, which you've been on webinars before. You've heard this kind of thing before, but why am I doing it? Because it works. And when something works, we need to keep doing it. That's common sense, right? And so that's what I'm going to do here. So what is this 4-part machine? Like what is the value of this training? Well, others have paid, and I'm following a proven formula here, right? I hope you follow this formula too. If you do online presentations, you better follow it. You better do a value stack, and you better break this down. Because why? Because it works. So if things work, like we have found here and been talking about, you want to be following a proven formula, and you want to repeat it and repeat it and repeat it because it'll work because it's a proven formula. Here's what others have paid for this. So, I did an email training back in 2019. That was like the first time I did one of those, and I charged $19.97 for it, and it sold very, very easily. It sold so easily that eventually I stacked a few things with it and sold it for $5,800, and then it still sold really easily. So this class at one point was worth $19.97, $1,997. I have done for you clients that pay a minimum of $3,997 per campaign that we set up for them. So they pay us, and then they pay for the campaigns. And if they want an extra campaign, it's an additional $39.97 per campaign. I've also charged clients up to $10,000 per month to do their stuff for them, set these things up for them. And then even at that point, they were still having to pay us on top of that. 20 campaigns and 20 offer ideas, just the value of that minimum, if it just did the bare minimum, is $120,000 in value minimum. These 20 campaigns, I mean, if one student is worth, 15 to 2,000, let's just call it 1,800, okay, how much is 10 students worth a year? All right, take that times 5 years, okay? That's just one campaign can do that. Here's 20 of them. And I'm going to give you 20 offer ideas. We have a guy right now, his name's Bob. Awesome dude. He came up with 20 different offer ideas, and we did this call. You can actually find this on YouTube, on our YouTube channel. But we were just discussing different things, and he's got this born supremacy. Like he has this class where he actually takes you through and basically teaching you to get those skills. He has been getting leads left and right from this, but I show you all those different offers. So having that is really powerful because there's no thinking. It's just boom, boom, boom. Oh yeah, I like that one. Let's tweak it a little bit. Let's edit it and let's launch it, and boom. So $120,000 value minimum. So the class alone, because I've sold it before for $19.97, the class alone I could sell for just $19.97. So the true value of this is $121,997. Now, if you want to pay that, go ahead and pay that. Call me. You're glad to pay that, but I know nobody's going to pay that, right? People are not going to pay me $121,000. So I was trying to think like, well, I need to test this at different price points and see what it's going to be. So I thought, well, I could just, I thought to charge $19.97 for this because I've charged that before and people took it like it was hotcakes. So I could do that. But I thought, well, $19.97, it's like that's the common price everybody does. And really when things are like over $1,000, it makes me stop and I got to think about it and stuff like that. So I didn't want there to be any thinking. I wanted this to be a no-brainer. So I'm not going to charge $19.97. Okay. So I thought, well, I'll just reduce it by $1,000. I mean, that's a big price decrease. But again, at around $1,000, I'm like, it doesn't matter what it is. If I'm buying like an instrument or if I'm buying a tool or whatever I'm doing, if it's around $1,000, it always like, do I just keep this? Because I probably don't need what it does that. I don't want you to feel that way. I don't want you to think that way. And I know right now, a lot of people coming out of lockdowns, a lot of things. I just want to make this again, a no-brainer. So I'm not going to charge $19.97. So I thought, well, I'll just do $7.97. Mainly just because now I'm just pulling stuff out of my rear to just try to see, okay, well, maybe I'll just charge $7.97. My phone number has 797 in it. So I thought, well, maybe we'll do that. My favorite number is 7. So I thought, well, I'll charge this. It's a heck of a value. People will get their, if they just get one student and the one student stays for 1 year, they'll make double, triple this almost, right? So I'm like, well, they'll easily recoup their investment. They'll easily get their money back. But I'm not going to charge $7.97 either, okay? I figured, why don't I just decide to charge this no-brainer investment? It's less than the price of an Xbox, okay? You can easily recoup this investment. If you can't recoup I don't know what you sell your stuff for, but if you're the average person that does $150 a month or, they do a weekly of $30-$40 a week, it would be almost really, you would have to be doing absolutely nothing with this information to not recoup your investment. So the timer on the page is real, okay? It really, truly is, I think, going to be one of the most powerful things that you've ever plugged your school into. And to get this offer, all you have to do is just go to martialartsgrowth.com/email. When you get to that page, there's no frills, no fancy, no nothing. I just thought, most people like things simple, so I'm going to keep it simple. There's not Ferraris and Lambos and all these, things on there. It's just basically a blank screen with a thing on it where you can register for this, okay? So it's $4.97. The timer on the page is absolutely real. This starts on Monday, okay? This starts Monday, so you don't want to miss it. And then it's just a no-brainer, right? So I thought $4.97 is an absolute no-brainer. So let me ask you this. If you got everything you needed to build a subscriber list and convert them into new students for $4.97, would that be worth it? Okay, I've discussed and showed you how places make billions of dollars a year with email, tens of millions a year. I showed you how we've made $250,000 in 2 months with it. Doesn't that just make you happy? Wouldn't that be great if you just got everything you needed to just jump in and build that subscriber list and convert those people into students? Well, it's exactly what we're going to be providing here at this, and you're going to love it. We have fun. I'll go deep with you. I just want you to get this stuff because every single person that I've ever helped get this stuff has never been mad about it. They've always been like, you changed our whole course of our business. You changed our life. And wouldn't it be a little bit more motivating? And wouldn't you be pumped up if there's somebody there to remind you and help you implement this? Because remember, every Thursday we're going to be doing that live Q&A and implementation. We get on, it's all recorded, so it's not like you have to take massive notes or something. It's recorded. You get the recording. But the big thing here is somebody's helping you. I've noticed that in life, you've got to have the blueprint. You've got to have the willpower and energy to do it. And then you've got to have that support, and you've got to have somebody that cares about you, that's going to drive you and help push you. When you have that trifecta, it's amazing what you can do. I remember going from sleeping on a warehouse floor to being able to get my dream house, dream car, and do things in my life that I've always planned on doing and cared about doing. And then being able to help hundreds and hundreds of people, thousands total in my life with this type of information all over the world. And it was just because somebody was helping me. They got me motivated, and they help remind me on the calls and help me implement this stuff. And I want that for you. It's the same thing that I hope you would want too. But you're going to have live help from me and our team every single week. It's great. So think about this. If this system didn't work, how did you get here today? Okay? This is always my favorite thing. Michelle loves it when I talk about this, because if it didn't work, how are you listening to this? You know, it's like, I love that about things. Like, does it work? I don't know. Is it working? Yeah. Okay. It works. So, yeah, I just want you to think about that, you know? Also, I really want you to understand something, because when you grow a business, when you invest in yourself, one thing, and here's why this is so great, is nobody can take away the knowledge that you gain from investing in your business, okay? Nobody can take that from you. No recession, no divorce, no nothing can take anything away from you that you gain for investing into your business, all right? So if you go to martialartsgrowth.com/email, you'll register your name on the page, and then you can buy it. And there's a timer on the page, and it's real. So if you leave, it's going to go away, and you lose access to it, okay? And how do you put a value on a high specialized email list? I just showed you how people make billions, tens of millions, and how we've done what we've done. How do you really value having a specialized email list that can continue to build over and over? You know how many people have bought from us several times over and over again just because they were on our email list and we were sending them offers? How would you like to have that? It's like a security blanket in your business, right? Like, one thing about business is like, oh yeah, people don't do business because, you know, there's no security there. Well, I don't know. I think that I would rather have a specialized email list than I would a job any day of the week. Now, I'm not ditching job. I'm not talking bad about it. I'm just saying, like, when I have a specialized email list, when I build an email list and I can send them things to buy, I feel really good. Like, that makes me feel sleeping at night just like, you know? So I want you to think about that, and I want you to really understand that, like, is there really a value that you can put on that? It's surely more than $4.97, right? Like, we've proven that out. And I've also learned that you never really want to look at the cost, right? Instead, what you want to do is, I've learned that you want to look at what it can actually do for your business. And so if you think about that, you know, the cost, $4.97, but let's think about instead, like, what can it actually do for my business? I mean, if one student equals $1,800, if you just keep one of them for a year, does that not make sense? Like, how do we not, like, look at what this can do for our business? So when you look at the cost and you look at what it can do for the business, it's just like almost silly, right? I mean, if people will spend more for an Xbox that does not put money into your pocket, I'm pretty sure that doing something that gets you a student and another student, and what if it just got you one student a month for the rest of this year, the stuff that you learned in this? Think about that, okay? Think about that. I mean, almost $16,000, right? So think about that. Closer to $24,000, right? So I really want you to, you know, put that into perspective as well. And one thing else that I've learned is that you can't lose when you invest in yourself and in your business. You just can't lose. Every time that I've went and bought a mastermind training for tens of thousands, some of them, or you know, went and done any kind of like trainings for thousands of bucks, it was always like, you know, you have that moment where you're like, I'm really spending this much to learn this stuff. But you know what? Every single person, every single time, that has put hundreds of thousands of dollars back in my pocket. So now it's just like a no-brainer. You want to get better, want to get more, invest in you and invest in your business. Pretty simple. For you to do that, you go to martialartsgrowth.com/email to the very simple page, register, and then buy it, sign up, get there on Monday. And if you can't, listen, the trainings are going to get released to you instantly on Monday. You'll have those. Thursday, everything is recorded. You get access to all the recordings. You can't lose here, okay? And listen, if we have to go a little bit longer because you guys don't want to go so fast or whatever, I'm fine with that. This is like my absolute favorite thing to do and teach in the world. So being able to do that live with you means nothing more to me. I mean, like, it is the most valuable thing for me to do. I love it. It's like playing, and it helps you, and it helps all of us. I mean, figuring this out and putting this into your business is like the most powerful thing you could ever figure out. So with that being said, I do have a bonus. The first 25 people who get started get lifetime access to my Synergy Mastermind, which, by the way, is either $7,000 per year. It has the Dojo Student Blueprint in it. It's got the YouTube Ads Dojo in it, and it's got our 9 core module mastermind program in it that shows ads, emails, offers. I mean, I go extremely meticulously deep with click-by-click, step-by-step presentations of everything. The first 25 people, which this is going to go really fast. So if you're on the fence, let this be the thing that pushes you off. But you need to go because it's $7,000 a year to be a part of this thing, and the value of it, obviously, people are getting. I mean, if they just got 7 students from it, they'd make almost $14,000 per year. So I'm not even asking a lot, but still, it's a $7,000 a year investment. The first 25 people are going to get lifetime access to that. And that thing keeps updating and improving as the tools and technology updates and improves throughout our business life. So it's an absolute no-brainer. It's our flagship product there. You'd be silly not to do that. The other bonus is anybody that gets started with this period is going to get our YouTube Ads Dojo. Okay, I taught this live for $1,000. You're going to get all the live recordings. You're going to get the tools, the templates, everything. This shows you how to do YouTube like an absolute gangster. Like you will be a Bruce Lee, Chuck Norris master at YouTube ads for martial arts. Okay, so that anybody that gets started here is going to get that. So right now I'm telling you, let's go. Let's get in. Let's go do this. And you know what? I just want to go real quick back through this. Go to martialartsgrowth.com, email to get started. Be part of that first 25. But I want to go over here, and let's just look real quick at what we're doing here. I just want to run through this real quick. So, it's a live training. It's 4 weeks long. Starts this Monday. And you get the training released on Monday, live Q&A and implementation every Thursday. All of that is recorded. You get lifetime access to it. All the templates and tools are in there, the workbooks, worksheets, everything. It's all there. Part 1, we're doing the 7-day student system. That's where we're going to turn subscribers into students in 7 days. We're going to do the free offer filter, paid offer, okay? Then part 2 is filling the machine. You're going to learn how to do organic free traffic for martial arts, or paid traffic for martial arts. I'm going to give you that make once video flywheel. Part 3, I'm going to show you the students on demand, or cash on demand, if you will, where it's just cut, paste, edit, launch. You're never dealing with a blank screen. I give you my 10 best campaigns that literally, when I wanted to make that money in Christmas time to go on that family vacation, I could just send out to this, boom, get the money. Any unexpected expenses or bills, or maybe you want to put new mats down, maybe you want to get new equipment, maybe you want to take your wife or husband, I don't know what you want to do, maybe get sick like I did, or you feel like selling something new or starting a new program. You can take this, cut, paste, edit, launch, and you're never starting from blank. I don't like to, you don't have to. Then in part 4, we're going to you're going to set up this if you want to, which it'd be silly not to, but you're going to set up this self-managing machine that's going to sort and enroll people based on their behavior, so that when you're out doing things, starting a new school, learning a new art, teaching, traveling I got a guy, he travels all the time. He heads over to get his Muay Thai training. He just heads right over there, just crosses the old ocean and just needs to go. That's when you have these things in place to do this stuff, okay? So that's what we're doing. It's time for you to make that decision. Let's go get you started. Go over to martialartsgrowth.com/email. I hope you got tons of value out of this training here today. I cannot wait to meet you. I cannot wait to work with you. I hope you're one of that first 25 that jumps in and gets that, lifetime access to our core product, our Synergy Mastermind. So again, my name is Mike Gowans with Martial Arts Growth. I appreciate you. Grateful for you to be here. Hope you got lots of value. Can't wait to work with you.